Stay still. You knew the rules. You knew the rules. We trusted you. You was my number 2. Hold them still. We're gonna burn every tattoo off your body. You ain't repping big blood no more. Bet that. I bet that. Hold them. Coming up next, I'm giving y'all a story about the time we had to DP a OG for doing the unthinkable to a new recruit. Stay tuned to the Prison Talk Show, y'all. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner. And this is the Prison Talk Show, people. Let's get into it. Now, here we go again. It's another Wednesday. Another shakedown. And we doing what we do. What we normally do, y'all. We shaking the newbies down. Either you want in or you paying that tax. There's only 2 ways this could go. So, as usual, I'm on front line. Yo, you trying to come home? You trying to come home? I could show you the way. I could show you the way, homeboy. Nah, I'm good. I'm just trying to do this time. Alright. Word, say that. Say less. You leave him alone and same thing applies. Check him. They don't do nothing. Alright, we know he fooled. He ain't pushed back immediately, so he fooled. Now, occasionally, y'all, we'll get the youngins. And when I say youngins, I mean 17 and up. Yeah, y'all. They starting as early as 17. They getting waved up with adult charges. So, when a 17 or 18-year-old says he want to get in, you know from the rip he gonna have to crash out. He gonna have to do something crazy to get in at his age. He gonna have to put work in. Excuse me. Now, most of these youngins is down with it. They just came from the street. They was out there acting up, doing crazy stuff in the street anyway. So they might as well rep something that's going to rep them. You know what I mean? The gang would love to have some young guns on their side that's ready to crash out at a moment. Now, you talking war, anything. So, when you get one of these young guns and they really don't have no direction, they don't have that much family on the outside waiting for them to come home, they don't got nobody sending them money, you know, it's very easy for them to fall victim to the gang, where they feel that's going to be their family for life. You talking about a youngster at 17 years old that's facing, 8, 9 years. How you supposed to deal with that? What else they going to cling on to? They cling on to the gang, y'all. Now, it's unfortunate when instances like what I'm about to tell you about happen, because I do firmly believe that gangs stand for something, whether or not they're good or bad, but initially they stand for something. And if you tarnish the name of a gang, that's crazy. So, one of the young prospects that wanted to join the gang, he was doing everything he was supposed to do, and he was faced with a hard choice, y'all. His choice was either crash out and you had to $150 somebody and catch that charge, which was anywhere from 9 months to a year in lockup, dead time. That's a year added on to your charge already, y'all. Yeah, you had to willingly go and crash out and catch an extra year for the gang off the rip to show your loyalty. Or you could survive the 30. Not advisable unless you're in great shape. You know, your knuckle game is A1 and you got a chin, like a chin of steel. Cause that 30 in the cell gonna put you through the ringer. You gonna rethink your whole purpose of life. You gonna rethink your whole reason for being in prison right now. Why did I break into that house? Why did I take that car? Why did I break into that bank? Why? Because after that 30 in a cell by 5 or 6 people just beating you down, if you live through it, through the coma, you just gonna be sitting there thinking like, dang, I wish I ain't do that. Why am I even here? I ain't had to do what I did. Yeah. Sometimes the rehabilitation comes from the inmates in the prison, not exactly the prison itself. They don't tell you that, y'all. You ever think about that? They don't send people to prison to get rehabilitated by the prison system itself. They send people to prison to get rehabilitated by the inmates that run the prison. Don't let that go over your head, y'all. I'm just dropping a few gems on y'all real quick that you might want to take heed to, especially if you're on your way in. Just know that. Now, we had an open door policy. That meant you could approach anybody in the organization that ranked higher than you if you had an issue or a problem within. So you couldn't go to somebody that just, another soldier like yourself. You had to go to somebody that ranked above you if you had an issue. Right? Now, one of the soldiers came through and he, put in for a meeting. Said he had an issue to speak on and he wanted to be heard. Now, one of the prospects that was trying to come home, he knew old boy from the streets. That was his homeboy. And he vouched for him. And he said, yo, I know that dude. That dude, he would never lie. If he say it is what it is, that's what it is. And he's saying that Blood Clot is approaching him on some crazy shit. Now, I know y'all like, hold up, Blood Clot. What's going on? Alright, this was DD's second in command. He's one of his lieutenants. He chose the name Blood Clot. I don't know why. But most people just call them Blood or Big Blood. Anyway, supposedly, this dude was making a couple of the new recruits do things that, let's just say, were ungodly. Yeah. Supposedly, because he was in charge of who got in and who didn't get in, it was his word that held the final, it was like the judge banging a gavel. If Blood Clot told Dee Dee Yeah, they solid. They solid. They in. They was in. And all it took was for Blood Clot to say, nah, they ain't got what it takes. They can't get in. And all these new recruits knew it. Now, that probably was a power that they should have been took away from one person. It should have never been up to one person to make that decision. But anyway, y'all, the story goes on. Blood Clot was sending these boys on crash out missions for his personal gain. He would have them robbing people in other tiers, robbing people for their commissary, all in the name of him. Oh, this is going to please him. This is going to, increase my chances of getting down. I just need this dude to say I'm good. And he had them doing dumb stuff, y'all, risking their life to rob and bring him commissary, hoping that was going to change his decision. So he would do this on, y'all. Had these young boys out there just crashing out. Sometimes they get locked up. Sometimes they get away with it. And the golden rule was you never snitch. If you got locked up doing something, you couldn't tell why you was doing it, who you was doing it for, none of that. So these guys was popping lockers, everything, going in ops lockers, neutrons, everybody. They was hitting different pods so it wouldn't come back to their pod. And they thought they was making the OG happy. He just wanted to see how soft they was, if they was gonna do every little thing that he told them to. They wanted to see if they was gonna fold. That's what he wanted to see. And Blood Clot, well, let's just say he was playing a totally different game. They didn't know that they was in the middle of the game. And he was moving them around on the board like pieces. So once Blood Clot knew that he had them under his control, that they would jump the minute he said something and barked the order at them, he decided he was going to try them one by one, y'all. And well, Blood Clot commenced to do the unthinkable. He lured one of the young boys to his cell. And he told them, listen, I got a way easier way for you to get in the game. All you gotta do is just close your eyes and let it happen. And young boy like, huh? What? Let what happen? What you talking about? Yo, you tripping, OG? What you talking about? Look, I'm going to say it one last time. It's an easy way for you to make your stripes and get in the gang. Just close your eyes and let it happen. He's like, oh, nah, you tripping. You tripping, OG. And right then, Bruce. Yeah, y'all. Big Blood Bruce, Blood Clot, grabbed that boy by the throat. He said, no, you tripping. You tripping, youngster. You don't understand what's going on here. I'm giving you a direct order. Either you get down or you get out. What's it gonna be? You want to be a part of this organization? Well, this is what you gotta do. Right now, you got a decision to make. Are you going to get down or are you going to get out? And the young boy looked at him. He looking at him like, nah, man. Nah, this can't be right, man. This can't be right. This cannot be right. and blood clot choking him. He choking him. Young boy over there tearing up. Like, nah, man, this can't be. And well, I'm gonna save y'all all the gory details, but blood clot went around. He went ahead and turned him around and had his way with him. And there was nothing the young boy could do. He held his hand on his neck the whole time, choking the life out of him. If he even attempted to move, he was just going to unalive him right there on the spot. Told him, stay still and take it like a real man. Yeah. You tell anybody about this, anybody, if you even dream about this, I'm going to unalive you. I ain't playing with you, young boy. He backed on out of him, pushed him on the floor, told him to get the hell on up out of here. And well, young boy, he was traumatized. And like I said, he knew one of the bloods that was already existing. And he told him what happened. He couldn't keep it in for the life of him. I guess he figured he'd rather die than keep that secret. So here we are, y'all. Now we are investigating the freaking Lieutenant Blood Clot. We gotta watch him. We gotta see his movements and see what he's getting into for the next few days, y'all. Because something ain't right. Something ain't right. There's been more than one report about him being a booty bandit. And well, y'all, that's just gonna turn into something diabolical. If this report is true, Blood Clot, Lieutenant for the Bloods, is a booty bandit, then he must be dealt with immediately. Now, even though everybody knew what supposedly happened, nobody let on that they knew. Everybody played it cool, y'all. And this is one thing that I need y'all to understand that most gangs are notorious for, is the sleepwalk. Yeah, y'all. You have to watch out for the sleepwalk, because most gangs will sleepwalk you in a heartbeat. And it's so hard to tell whether it's real or fake. So they will let Blood Clot go ahead about his business. Do what he do. He, barking orders and doing what he normally do. That's his function. Alright. So the other young boy, the recruit, he moving through the pod, and Blood Clot approached him and said, "Recruit, I need to see you upstairs in my cell. We got something to talk about." Now, the new recruit has no authority to undermine Blood Clot's, his authority. He can't say no, or he busy, or he don't want to. None of that. Any refusal will immediately disqualify him from being a part of the gang. So automatically he feel he got no other choice but to head up there to that cell as his subordinate, instructed him. Now, excuse me. Well, he wasn't subordinate. He was over him. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway. So, young boy but head on up to the cell. Now, mind you, all the rest of the Bloods, they watching now. They might not act like they watching. They might act like they playing cards or they doing what they do. But they got their eyes out. You know, they looking out the corner of their eyes. They watching. Because they know something shady about to go on. So they saw the interaction. And now they see the young boy slowly walking up the steps towards Blood Clot's cell. Now, young boy already knew what it was. When he got to the top of the steps, he could see Blood Clot's cell. Blood Clot already had the white sheet up. Yeah. Now, that normally don't mean that you about to have a business meeting. That means you about to have another kind of meeting. And that means you don't want to be disturbed. It's a difference in if you having a meeting with somebody and y'all just talking and somebody knock on the door and you say, hold on for a minute. And who is it? Then you got a white sheet up. That means don't even knock on this door. Keep it moving. So, all the Bloods saw the white sheet as well. And they already knew that, alright, now's our chance. We're going to catch him red-handed. This dude, Blood Clot, he up there tricking people into coming in his cell to get raped. And he trying to put it on the gang? He trying to make us look bad? Oh, nah, he got to pay for this. I swear on everything, if he up there trying to do something to that young boy, we going to have to take care of him. He going to have to get airlifted up out of here today. That's my word. That's what one of Dee other, lieutenants said. They said, all right. So, soon as the young boy went up to the cell and walked in, right away, they ain't waste no time. Crept up the side. They on both sides of the cell so they could hear everything, y'all. Nobody's paying attention to what's going on. It's just another day. And young boy walks in. Blood Clot approaches him. Says, listen, young boy, I got an easy way for you to get into the gang. All you got to do is let it happen. Then what? Let what happen? Look, I ain't fitting to play with you. Your homeboy, he tried to fight too. Your homeboy tried to fight too. But he got in right. He got in right because he got in line. So you got two choices here. Either you get in line or you get out of line. And I could get you out of line real quick. And the young boy, now, he know the Bloods is right there. He know they waiting to jump in at any moment to try and catch him in the middle of the act. So he amping it up. He like, nah, you tripping, OG. I ain't with that. I ain't with none of that. And matter of fact, you ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't gonna touch me. You touch me, I swear for everything, I'm gonna put you down on this cell. And excuse me, y'all. Dang. Yeah. So after that, OG Blood Clot grabbed him as best as he could. He went for the throat. Young boy backed up. He grabbed his shirt. And he tried to shake him. Young boy started teeing off on him. Bang, bang. Get off me. Get off me. Nah, I ain't with that, OG. I ain't with whatever you talking about, OG. Talking about close my eyes. And When all the Bloods heard that, they rushed in the room. It was like, what's good, OG? What you fitting to do, OG? You was fitting to try and take his manhood? Oh, nah, that's not happening today. And he like, nah, y'all misunderstanding. Y'all misunderstanding the situation. Tell him, young boy. Tell him it wasn't nothing like that. And young boy looking at him like, could fool me. Looked like you was trying to take my manhood. That's what it looked like to me. And he like, nah, he lying. He lying. He just trying to get on the set. I swear on everything. I swear on my grandmama. I swear I ain't trying to touch him. And they like, yeah. Out of nowhere, they walk in the first young boy, the victim. What about him? Tell us you ain't touch him. Tell us you ain't touch him. And OG look at him like, what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? And everybody look at the young boy and he like, you know what you did. You know what you did to me, man. You ain't had to do that to me, man. You ain't had to do that to me. I'm going to have to live with that for the rest of my life. What you did to me, it was wrong. And you going to pay. God going to punish you. I swear I hate you. And with that, Dee Dee said, listen, man, we had enough talking. I trusted you. You was my OG, my lieutenant. Now I gotta treat you like a buster. You already know what time it is. So either we're gonna do this the easy way or the hard way. Either way, we about to burn all of them tattoos off your body. Cause you can't rep big blood no more, homie. Used to be my homie. Used to be my ace. Now I want to smack the taste out your mouth. Make you bow down. Y'all know what time it is. Listen. If you set trip, trust and believe your homies, they gonna put you in line. They gonna make sure that either you never do it again or you can't do it again. Blood Clot never did it again because Blood Clot got the worst beating of his life. Yeah, y'all. He got beat off of the set for doing the unthinkable. We don't care how much time you got. You ain't supposed to touch no man in that way. And if you get caught, well, trust and believe you will receive prison justice. Alright, y'all. With that, I'm going to get on up out of here. This is your boy JS Corner Prison Talk Show. I'm out.